Hello everyone, I am Advika and you are watching the Lawinformants channel. In this video, I will be talking about the Indian Penal Code. In an uncivilized society, the rule of law implied that people should be punished according to the way in which they offended or the amount of harm caused. For example, a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, and a life for a life. With time, the injured person agreed to accept compensation instead of injuring his rival. An official criminal code came into existence known as the Indian Penal Code. Crime is an action or omission which constitutes an offence and is punishable by law. In India, the base of crime and punishment is laid down in the Indian Penal Code 1860. It is a comprehensive code which covers all aspects of law. It is divided into 23 chapters and includes 511 sections. The code was drafted on the recommendations of First Law Commission of India, established in 1834 under the Charter Act of 1833 under the chairmanship of Lord Thomas Babington Macaulay. The Indian Penal Code Bill was passed by the Legislative Council and it received the assent of the Governor General on 6 October 1860. It came on the statute book as the Indian Penal Code 45 of 1860. It came into force on 1st January 1862. The IPC did not apply to Jammu and Kashmir before 31st October 2019, after which it replaced the state's Ranbir Penal Code. Territorial Jurisdiction under IPC. Jurisdiction means authority given to various legal bodies so that justice can be provided within their defined field of authority. There are two types of jurisdictions under the IPC: Intra-territorial Jurisdiction and Extra-territorial Jurisdiction. Section 2 of the IPC deals with Intra-territorial Jurisdiction. According to this section, every person shall be liable to punishment under this code and not otherwise for any act or omission contrary to the provisions thereof, of which he shall be guilty within India. Any person liable by any Indian law to be tried for an offence committed beyond India shall be dealt with according to the provisions of this code for any act committed beyond India in the same manner as if such act had been committed within India. Now, who are exempted from intra-territorial jurisdiction? Foreign sovereigns, ambassadors of foreign countries with an official status in India, all secretaries, political and military personnel involved in missions. Further, Article 361(2) of the Constitution protects the Governor of a state and the President of India. Extraterritorial Jurisdiction. A particular crime is considered to be extraterritorial in nature when it happens in a particular country but the trial takes place in some other country. It is covered under Section 3, Section 4 and Section 5 of the IPC. Section 3 of the IPC states, any person liable by any Indian law to be tried for an offence committed beyond India shall be dealt with according to the provisions of this code for any act committed beyond India in the same manner as if such act had been committed within India. Section 4 of the IPC states the extended operation of the code on the acts committed outside the territorial boundaries of India. The provisions of the code apply to any person on any ship or aircraft registered in India, wherever it may be, any person in any place without and beyond India committing offence targeting a computer resource located in India. Section 5 of the IPC states that certain laws will not be affected by this Act. Nothing in this Act shall affect the provisions of any act for punishing mutiny and desertion of officers, soldiers, sailors or airmen in the service of the Government of India or the provisions of any special or local law. The word offence includes every act committed outside India which, if committed in India, would be punishable under this code. For example, Ram, a citizen of India, commits a murder in France. He can be tried and convicted of murder in any place in India in which he may be found. Liability of a foreigner for offences committed in India. Now, an Indian citizen will be held liable for prosecution for an act done in foreign land if the act committed is an offence in India, even if the same may not be an offence in the foreign country where it is committed. Similarly, a foreigner would be liable for an act even if he had not been in India at the time the actual occurrence took place, if the act was completed in India. Difference between crime and offence. Any act or behavior that harms others and society in general is a crime. According to the IPC, the act should be committed by a human being. There has to be mens rea, actus reus, and an injury to another in order to constitute a crime. Mens rea refers to a criminal intent or a guilty mind. Actus reus refers to a criminal act which resulted from the voluntary harm caused to a person or property. It is only when he has committed a crime that violates a written law that a person can be arrested and interrogated by law enforcing authorities and later tried in a court of law. Offence is defined as an act that violates civil or criminal law. An offence is punishable by law only if it is cognizable. This means that the offence must violate some penal laws to be tried in a court of law. Unless the act or behavior finds no mention in law, it is not an offence. An act or behavior that does not break a law is not an offence. However, a crime is always a violation of law. Difference between civil wrong and criminal offence. A civil wrong is a wrong that is done to an individual, while a criminal offence is considered to be a wrong against the society due to its grave nature. Difference between IPC, CRPC and CPC. In the context of an offence, according to CRPC, Code of Criminal Procedure, any wrong done under any law in force in India is considered as an offence. CRPC only talks about the procedure of punishment for an offence, while IPC considers an act as an offence only if it is mentioned in the IPC. IPC deals with crimes and punishments. CRPC tells about the criminal trial procedure, and CPC, Civil Procedure Code, covers the procedure for civil suits, family disputes, etc. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more updates and stay tuned for more information. To know more about law informants, click on the link given in the description box.